Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Friday, August 11th, 2023. Just wrapping up a tough week with the rental portfolio. I figured I'd change up the topic here a little bit. I've talked a lot about stocks and the stock portfolio and all those types of things going on there. I really actually realized I haven't talked to you guys that much about the rental real estate portfolio that I'm managing and that I own a share of. Not a huge share, like about 11 to 12% type of share, but definitely something that has been an incredible both investing experience and educational experience. So I want to share with you guys things that I'm seeing and experiencing there, and I got to tell you right off the bat, it's not all good and it's not all correct. Okay, it's basically me and a partner, the person who owns the other 88% or so of the portfolio. Kind of working through things real time, just teaching ourselves, doing the best we can, making it up as we go along, things like that. We've been at it for a while, been at it since 2014, so almost a 10-year run now with this portfolio, which is built over that amount of time. I mean, not all the houses were bought in 2014, but portfolio got up to 68 houses. It's now down to 49, kind of a random number there. So just giving you guys a little context, but the thing that, and I'm managing these properties day to day. I'm paying bills. I'm talking to property managers. We have houses in Florida, Tennessee, Memphis area, Saginaw, Michigan, and that's really it for now. In the past, we had a little presence in Sandusky, Ohio. It was kind of a random one-off situation. But anyway, so I'm dealing with these property managers. I'm taking their word for things. I'm getting updates on houses and repairs and things like that. And one thing I just wanted to point out to you guys, not necessarily a lesson learned, more than just an observation for you to contemplate and do what you will with it. Maybe some of you who are doing this type of thing have seen the same thing or have not seen this, which would be interesting. And then in other cases, if you haven't started investing yet, take these kinds of anecdotes into account. Like, think about these things maybe before you dive in, and not to discourage you, but it's good for you to know that this is what it can be like sometimes. But my partner and I had sold some houses in late 21 into the spring of 22. So for about a 6 to 8 month period, we sold off 11 homes. It went from 60 to 49 in the portfolio. And, it went well as far as capital gains goes. Of course, we're going to get crushed on taxes. And as a minority owner, I could not change his mind about selling these homes. It was something he wanted to do as the majority owner, and I had to go along with it. But anyway, point being, we went through this selling spree. We stopped in May 2022, and we had lined up a few homes beyond that we ended up pulling back off the market. Now, these were homes largely that had very stable tenants, good rents coming in. Really pained me to for a lot of reasons, to sell the homes, the capital gain, the taxes, the tenants, a lot of reasons. I was not looking forward to selling some of these homes. And like I said, some of them got sold and some of them got pulled off the market. But what has come of this, the unintended consequence, I guess, is that some of these homes that were consistent performers, you had no issues with them. Like the houses maybe occasionally had a repair here or there that we had to do. We take these, we lose the tenants after listing the homes. Then we pull them off the market, and then we have to relist them. And so they require, some refresh. They were, whatever we were going to do with them, sell them, rent them, whatever. But the tenants we had were okay with the houses the way they were. There really wasn't like any significant problems. But now that we were trying to re-advertise the homes and relist them and all this, we went through these sort of rent-ready phases where we had to, freshen up the homes and everything. And we had some variability on that. We could calibrate that. We didn't accept every quote that was given to us. So it wasn't like we were just taking work orders from property managers and implementing them. We toyed with them a little bit, but nonetheless, there was expense there. And what I've noticed, guys, ever since basically last summer, so we're talking about a year now, maybe a year plus, is that this was just one of the worst decisions that we really could have made. We've had tremendous amounts of issues with rehabbing homes, or homes that were not in the greatest shape before. Now, we've had to fix certain things on them. I mean, honestly, guys, I could sit here and say what I'm telling you doesn't even explain it fully. We shouldn't have had all these expenses and problems. It's just literally been the worst run of luck that I think anybody could ever have with some rental homes, because up to 2021, I would say, like into the heart of COVID, but when people were locked in place and they really weren't moving anywhere anyway, we averaged on a 60 plus home portfolio, we probably averaged 5 to 10K in expenses every month. Call it like 7,000 a month, something like that. Like basically like a little more than, what's that, $100 a property or something like that, is what it came to, if I'm doing my math right. And it was a pretty steady amount. It really hovered in that range. We didn't have very many spikes or anything, and these houses produced a beautiful amount of cash flow and everything. And guys, I got to tell you, I'll come back here with some real numbers at some point. I'll either show them or I'll cite them or whatever. But I would say over the last, conservatively speaking, the last 9 months, so what is that, last fall, we've got to be averaging double the amount of operating expense. I mean, 15K, 14K, 16K. I mean, something ungodly. I mean, we've had months over 20,000. Tree fell on a roof, air conditioner went out, hot water heater blew a stack. Like typical things that you should expect when you get rental properties, guys. But at the pace that we've gotten these fixes on a smaller portfolio, that's the amazing thing, guys. When we were over 60 homes, these type of things happened once in a while. Now that we have 20 less homes, they happen weekly. It's really, really incredible, and I hate to cast any aspersion, but it has really gotten me thinking that this is the obvious flaw in the remote model of investing. Living in, where I live, in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and then owning homes in other states and having to rely on property managers. It kind of hummed along for a while with no issue whatsoever, but now all of a sudden I'm seeing just work order after work order after work order, and it's like, yeah, I know business was slow during COVID, guys, but this is getting ridiculous, and it's inexplicable. I mean, I cannot explain it. I don't have any way of really putting a finger on anything or saying this is why this is happening. It's honestly gotten me thinking that there may be a degree of personal neglect here that's being exploited or being, just kind of rearing its ugly head, where I need to be maybe more physically present with these properties, just kind of popping in on these things randomly, like, hey guys, I happen to be in town in Memphis, and I want to check on these rental properties. Like, I want to see what's going on. Like, you guys got a job going on here? Show it to me. Show me how bad the damage really was. And it's not about, I don't trust the property managers or whatever. I think if I reach that point, I will execute a little bit differently, i.e. I will fire them and I will find somebody else. So it's not so much that, but it's like trying to get a better feel for what's going on. I think, as a remote, displaced property owner, you can get out of touch with things. You can start missing things or not grasping the severity of things, not having a feel for how your property's doing, things like that, what the rental market's like, what other homes look like that are out there for rent, and things of that nature. So this is something that I think, I would say this, guys, there are a lot of days when these bills come in. Just paid a $6,900 bill to clear a busted chimney and repair a roof. That's probably going to cost more than that when the job is finished. This is really just the upfront cost. And I think to myself, if I own this property outright, 100% on my own, and these were the type of bills coming in, like, it's a problem. It's a real problem. I'm lucky that I'm a sort of a per share owner here of the home, and the risk is absorbed by the individual who has greater capital exposure. But I mean, I'm dead serious, guys. Like you might want to think of it like this: if you're going to buy a rental property, so you're going to buy a $100K rental property, right? And you've got to put, $20,000 down, into it or something like that, you know, you might want to say to yourself, it's like the rule of like, if you can't buy it twice, don't buy it at all. You might want to say, well, if you don't have double that in cash on hand, you should not, you know, unless you're comfortable racking up credit card bills or you have massive credit card balance, you know, you have headroom on your credit cards, I should say, and maybe you feel more comfortable with that. But I would almost argue that if you can't double up your down payment on a rental property and you're going to be the 100% owner and you're not flush with cash, I would say there's a case to be made that you pass on that rental property, just from what I'm experiencing, guys. I mean, you know, $16K for a roof, $7K to clear a chimney that got destroyed by a fallen tree, you know, air conditioners going out costing $6,300 now in Florida. I mean, these are big bills that are not easy to swallow. So anyway, I just wanted to rant a little bit about that, guys. I will have more empirical data on this stuff in the future, but just something I observed today and had to kind of deal with and figured I'd share with you guys in a video. So hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.